What's going on? All four sports. I'm under the weather today, a little bit sick. Heading to work a little bit late, but I want to talk about the first game of the season last night. Philadelphia 76ers versus Boston Celtics. And then we had the LA Lakers, the Golden State Warriors versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. A couple of things and points that I want to talk about. Philadelphia lost the game versus the Boston Celtics. They showed a lot of promise, but they also showed they're definitely not there. The game appeared to be closer than what it was, but it was a large margin of loss from a point perspective. Ben Simmons is a great player. However, the X factor on Ben Simmons is he's a great passer, but cannot shoot the three ball. What you're going to find when you look at the statistics is that even though they have Redick and Covington, that's the Philadelphia 76ers. Those are their three-point men. And Embiid can do a little bit of something on the three-point line. They need effective three-point shooters if they think they can beat the Boston Celtics, who are surrounded by, I would say, mid-tier, mid-range shooters and better three-point shooters. Gordon Hayward, Jay Tatum, Kyrie Irving. Again, they're not great three-point shooters, but there's enough of them to make a bigger splash than the non-offensive Ben Simmons, right? Ben Simmons is a power forward who can dribble the ball at the court and has great vision. He does great things. He puts his team in good positions. However, his one most struggling point is always going to be he can't shoot the three. Even though there was great defense play, there was a lot of mistakes made by the 76ers. It's game one. You got to look at this, and I know Ben Simmons was talking about him, possibly looking at the LA Lakers in the future. Right now, Lonzo Ball's three-point shot looks much better than it has previously. And to be honest with you, this is just being make a straight-up comment off the moment. Would Lonzo Ball mesh better with Joel Embiid? I don't. Hey. Joel Embiid, hell of a game, but a lot of mistakes. He is definitely one of the premier centers in the league, if not the best center in the league, in my opinion, from a scoring perspective. Also showed some points at D. They lost Justin Anderson, who I thought would have fit in pretty well as an athletic guard that could help him out. He went over to Atlanta Hawks. I don't know why they let him go. Actually, I know why. They drafted the kid Zaire Smith out of Texas Tech, who is injured for the year. But that would have been a nice change of pace, an athletic guard that can make some noise. And he can also shoot. He just never got the opportunity. So, again, interesting game for the 76ers. Ben Simmons is going to have to do more scoring from the outside. He's like Tim Duncan inside in some fashions, right? He has tremendous post game. Tremendous. He has tremendous vision. I mean, he's a god of the vision. But is he the guy to take it to the championship when you can't shoot the three ball? And that's going to be the scary part for me with him. He can't shoot the three ball, or hasn't shown it. I've seen it in summer leagues. I've seen it in the home team scrimmages where he can shoot the three. He just needs to transition that, and that'll be something interesting to see. Next up, on the Celtics side, Tatum, again, great game. He is reminiscent of a Paul Pierce, definitely. He has a tremendous skill set. A guy who didn't show up that much was Mr. Brown, Jaylen Brown. I think he'll come around. I could see why they were dangling him in a trade, but I think you need the athletic small forward. Gordon Hayward looked great. Kyrie was Terry Rozier was incredible. But from a center perspective, Aaron Baines has a three-point shot. So that's great. He can stretch the floor now. That's good stuff. So the Celtics look on pace to do what they need to do to be one of the top three in the East. The Sixers, I think, are probably a guard away, an athletic guard away from making tremendous noise. I think they lost a little bit too much athletic talent. and that may be part of the issue from a defensive perspective, right? Because McConnell is good and Reddick is good, and you know, but they're not the defensive kings that you would expect. So that's the issue. Let's jump over to the next game, quick. Golden State, same old Golden State. I mean, same old Golden State. But who is coming back in the form? Paul George, incredible game. Paul George is looking like Paul George from the Indiana Pacers. He doesn't have the same bounce, doesn't need it anymore. He is a Joe Johnson-like player. The handles can get anywhere he wants on the court. Great pickup for the Thunder was Dennis Schrader. What a game from Schrader. I know he was struggling in the end of the game. But Jesus, to have that kind of backup point guard with Russell Westbrook, or to add him next to Russell Westbrook, will be very interesting. I loved Terrence Ferguson. I like their bench of power forwards, the stretch forwards, and Jeremy Grant and Patrick Patterson. There is a full suite of likes for this team, and I think they're going places. So Thunder, great game, even though they lost. Golden State, I don't gotta go to Golden State. Golden State is Golden State. They were doing what they needed to do. Patrick McCaw is going to have some trouble. So I don't know what else to say there. Patrick McCaw is going to have some trouble. So he's a guy that's still supposed to sign with the team. He still hasn't, and that's been the issue. I don't know what's going on with him, but McCaw was a player that should have been picked up. He was not picked up, and I think the problem is with regards to the contract situation and wanting to play. I brought that up because Mr. Quinn Cook is taking his role, and I don't really know if Patrick McCaw is going to be a player on this team. So, great games, loved it. Big shout out to the Thunder. They did their thing, but the Golden State Warriors were a little bit too much. Off work, I'm out. Peace.